G'day folks, Cleggy here for Detectorist.com.au. Today I just want to run you very quickly through the range of Tyger stainless steel digging tools. These are new to us and reasonably new to the market too, although a few people have been onto these for a little bit of time, but the secret's out. These digging tools are built by a detectorist for people like us that like to go detecting. And just so it's out there, they're also super handy around the garden. As my wife made me find out the other day, not much better for pulling weeds out than this type of thing here. So anyway, let's have a quick look at the range. The first one here is the little hand digger. It's called the Cub, and this is the perfect little all-round $2 coin shallow target digging machine. Great little fella, and I'll just get the tape out and we'll have a quick look. It measures about 17 centimeters from tip to the bottom of the hilt there, which is quite a good depth. That will cover 99% of your targets, and has a width of around about 8 centimeters. What I like about the Cub and all Tyger stainless diggers is that this section here, this little hilt, is quite large on all of them, and what it allows you to do is to use your palm to get a little bit of extra leverage when you're putting the digging tool into the ground, and it really makes digging deeper holes, deeper plugs, just an absolute breeze. And sometimes one hand it can be a little bit awkward to grab your digger, but with that extra big guard you can use your palm, and with a little bit of a wobble it just slides in quite easily. Nice thing is it makes a nice clean cut, so when it comes out you can't see, no soils come with it. Quite a nice little digger. So that's the Cub, and like I said, this is my preferred digger for popping $2 coins and stuff like that, because you can also use the slice technique quite easily and retrieve your target from under there. So that's the Cub. Next one in the range is the Blade, and this might be a little bit more familiar to detectorists, modelled on that more traditional style digger that you see from, I don't know, Garrett, Detechnics. Everyone seems to have a digger. The difference is that this one won't break. TIG welded across the bottom, and you can see by the folds on the metal that this little fella's built for strength. Very quickly, around about a 20 centimeter blade length, and at its widest point for the blade itself we're looking at about 5.5 centimeters. It is a little bit wider up here, but I'd suggest you wouldn't use this section here really for digging. This is perfect again if you prefer not to use this and you prefer this style of digger. Again, the huge guard on it, so that when we put them into the ground, just goes in so easy. It's just ridiculous, almost. This is an awesome little plug cutter. Comes with a pretty good edge on it, but you could sharpen that up if you liked. Myself, I don't get them too sharp. If the sharper they are, the more often I'm going to cut myself. So I prefer to have them reasonably sharp, but I'll still use a knife to cut my sandwich in half at lunchtime today. So that's the Tyger Blade, and the Tyger Blade also comes with a sheath. Now again, you can tell this has been designed by a detectorist, because where the blade goes in is about twice as wide as the blade itself. So when you're out in the field and you're not looking and you just want to put your blade away, in she goes nice and easy. Alright, you don't have to brace the bottom of the pouch or anything with your offhand or try and battle it to get it in. Straight in and off you go, ready for your next hole. So Tyger Blade, awesome little traditional style digger. Now we get into these fellas here, they're a little bit different. This one's called the Tyger Snake. Now the blade itself is very similar to the blade on the Cub, so we're not getting a bigger blade, and really that's not the object of the tool. the tool with its long T handle and also large guard allows us to push this into the ground with absolute ease. With the long T handle, you do have the option of 2 hands to push it into the ground like so, and again the little sideways wobble, and in she goes. That allows you to get a lot of leverage down on that digger. You can also use the one hand and palm on the blade for just as easy. Now the secret with all these Tyger Stainless tools is that little side to side wobble. So once we put the tool into the ground and apply a little bit of pressure, it starts to go in, and of course it's going to stop. So with that little side to side wobble, we can push it in with very little effort really, and again it makes a very nice clean cut. We can choose to cut the 3-sided plug, so we choose lift and retrieve our target. So the blade, the Tyger Snake I should say, the digging blade is about the same as the Cub, but the real advantage is this leverage on the T-shaped handle, and if I don't have this in my hand, this is the one. When the ground's a little bit firmer or a little bit stickier like clay ground, I really like using this digger. I don't use it in the public parks so much, just because it's a bit of a beast and you get a couple of stairs, so that little fella there hides away nicely. But really been enjoying using this digger. This is a new one. I lent my one that I bought myself a couple of months ago to someone, and they kept it. And they did exchange some money for it, which I'm happy about, I suppose. But once you get your hands on something like this, and it does look a bit strange and a little bit different to what you're used to, it makes those imported diggers, those ones with their far out designs and all this sort of stuff, just completely obsolete. You'll get this and you wondered why you bothered trying to import or look for digging tools that apparently we can't get in Australia, and so on and so forth. You really don't need to look overseas when you've got tools like this in our country, made by Australians, ready to go. So the last one is the digger, and that's the stand-up digger. This is my bush tool. This is the one I use really when I'm out and amongst in the sticks and that sort of thing, or when I need to dig a bigger plug, or I'm in an area where the targets are a little bit deeper. I also like to use this. I find when I've got a stand-up digger in my hand, I tend to dig a few more iffier signals, just because knocking a plug into the ground takes about 2 seconds flat. So blade lengthwise, we're looking at around about 18 centimeters and about 13 at the wide, as far as you're going to get it into the ground. Now again, you use it very similar to this one here, and it is a little bit hard to demonstrate because I've got the camera quite low, but I'll give it a go. So we place this one into the ground like so, where we want to retrieve our target obviously is inside. We then place our foot alongside, and you'll notice that my feet, I'm standing at 90 degrees to the blade, and you'll see why in a second. Simply put your foot on, apply some pressure, little side to side wobble, and in she goes like so. And again, we can repeat the process on 3 sides, and then with the longer handle we can lever quite easily, as you can see there. Now, no panic about this grass. This is my backyard, so I can destroy it if I need to. But as you'll see, I've stuck the diggers in here a few times now, and the grass actually looks pretty good, and it wouldn't actually surprise me with that bit of aeration. That'll be the best patch of grass in my yard. Anyway, we're a little bit off topic. These are the stainless diggers from Tyger Stainless Steel, made in Brisbane by a guy by the name of Jono. Excellent fabricator. He is a detectorist. He snapped tools like the rest of us. I've snapped brand names, I've snapped Bunnings tools, I've snapped Mitre 10 tools, you name it. One of us out there has broken it in half at some stage. I firmly believe that with one of these diggers, this will be pretty close to the last digger that you ever buy. You'll really have to punish it to destroy the Tyger stainless steel range. So have a look on the website, detectorist.com.au. We do have them all in stock, so it's great to see Australian made tools made by a Detectorist for Detectorists, and you're just going to love using them. Jump on the website, take a look. Look forward to sending you your Tyger stainless steel digging tool. Take care guys, happy hunting, bye bye.